Hi guys, hello everybody, what's up? How was the exam? Ready, can you all see me? Do you guys see me or not? Everybody, am I live? No, not yet. What's up? You guys can see me, yeah? Hi Selvaraj. Yay, amazing. I can see a lot of students here. That's amazing to see everybody. So how was the exam? Okay, just a minute, yeah. I'll just put myself up and everything. Okay, yes. All right. So I know most of you have been really excited for the exam, and you have probably been very excited about when is the solutions coming up and all of it. But tell you what, we did not want to waste too much time of yours, right? Me and Shreyas sir, we both decided that we don't want to waste your time, and that is why we thought that what we should do is give you the speed solution only after you are done with both the shifts, and that's exactly what we're going to do in the upcoming and the following exams as well. So how was the exam, guys? How was the exam? Thank you so much. So this is going to be amazing. I think I have few questions from the shift 2, so let's complete those first, because I'm guessing that those who are those who just came from the exams from shift 2, they are probably waiting to see what is going on, ma'am, what is my score. So I've just some of them. Let's complete those, and then let's take a look at the shift 1 as well, and everything is going to be speed solution, so I'm not going to waste too much time. By the way, before I start with it, don't forget to like the session, guys. Come on, so much of effort. I solved the questions for you. Yeah, I solved the questions and I came up, and thank you so much for all the students who are here. I do not see that the likes are increasing, guys. Smash the like button, Yes, Rahul, I am going to start. I need you to like, and those of you who are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. So let us begin. Now the first question that I have here from the second shift today is number of square planar series are. Okay, number of square planar series, that means this is an integer type question. You just had to tell them that how many of them are square planar. And if you remember, in yesterday's predictor mock test, we did a question where there was xenon compounds, if you remember, and we noticed that one of the xenon compound was square planar. Do you remember which one was it, my dear student? Yes. We know very well that XEF4 is the answer. How are we going to find it out? By noting down the steric number, right? By noting down the steric number, we can easily find out which one is a square planar, if you remember. So that is your answer. Full screen is not visible. Woo. It is visible. I can see myself. Hey, XeO4 is square pyramidal, square planar. This question has asked square planar. XeF4 is square planar. Okay. Rest, most of them are tetrahedral. This is octahedral, guys. This is octahedral. Everybody knows this. This is from coordination compound. Yes, my area, my territory, as you know. Yes, rest, this is tetrahedral, this is tetrahedral, this is tetrahedral. No, this is not probably tetrahedral. You can check it out, but anyway, this is the correct answer. Got it? Clear? Yes? Done? Okay, let's move on. Okay? Yes, let's move on. I will be giving you the shift 1 also, don't worry, we are just starting. Now this question, my dear student, what a EPBT question, right? You look at this and you feel like, this is JEE question. This is from class 10 chloralkali process, isn't it? Class 10 chloralkali process. How many of you remember this? Huh? Do I even have to teach you? Remember that brine solution we take, and what do we get in chloralkali process? Everybody knows that. NaOH, H2, Cl2 you get. What is it? In some of them probably HCl was written, in some of them probably sodium was written. I don't have the clear idea, but definitely this is the one that is not included in electrolysis of brine. This is nothing but chloralkali process. Very simple, very easy. You have definitely 8 marks in your pocket in second shift, nothing else. Nothing else, right? Yes, yes, Gautam sir is not well today, my dear student. That's why he is not able to join. But yes, in the 8th April shift, Gautam sir will be joining. Don't worry about it at all. Yeah, easy peasy, 8 marks, done, dusted. Everybody, come on, write it down, calculate. Keep calculating and write it down in the chat box. How many of you are getting 8 marks? Shreyas sir will be coming just after me. Shreyas sir will be coming just after me. Yes, yes, just after me, he will be coming up. So, I want to see EPBT and calculate your marks. 8 marks, everybody. We get 8 marks? 8 marks, yes. Done. 8 marks, amazing. Alright, moving on to the next question, guys. Nestler's reagent does not have, NTA is, what has NTA done this time, yeah? And I remember that some of you were like, some of you were very scared, and many of you kept asking me that, ma'am, April attempt is going to be even tougher than this, tougher than January attempt. April attempt is going to be even more tougher than the JEE attempt. Guess what? Look at the question, man. Yes, huh? Look at this. You're confused in this question. Okay, what is Nestler's reagent? What is Nestler's reagent? How many of you can tell me the formula of Nestler's reagent? K2HDI4. That's it. That's it. What is it? K2HGI4. Which one is not there? Nitrogen. Once again, how much marks do we have? 8 and 4, 12 marks. 12 marks in your bag in chemistry. Remember what I told you? Guys, you do chemistry well, your rank is pakka, huh? Your rank in JEE is pakka, isn't it? Yes? Yes or no? Yes or no? Alright, okay. Moving on to the next question. Kishore, like I said, bacha, Gautam sir is not well. He's really sick. So that's why he's not able to join us today, but he will be coming. Don't worry, he will be there, okay? Yes, they asked this question. Homely teacher, what do you mean by homely teacher? I don't know what do you mean that, okay? Okay, I don't know, I'm not very sure, Pat Pro. Okay, chalo, moving on. So this has again come directly from NCERT, my dear student. We don't even have to do much, directly from NCERT. Take a look at it. Statement 1, morphine, okay? Morphine and many of its homologs when administered in medicinal doses relieve pain and produce sleep. Statement 2, morphine narcotics are sometimes referred to as opiates since they are obtained from the opium poppy. Okay, let's just read the NCERT, my dear student. Yes, morphine and many of its homologs when administered in medicinal doses relieve pain and produce sleep. In poisonous doses, these produce stupor. Stupor means sleep, okay? Coma, you can wake up from them. You can, but after many days. Convulsions, like you start shaking and all of that. And ultimately death. Yeah, so these are 4 steps towards death. Okay, now see what is written. Morphine narcotics are sometimes referred to as opiates. Done and dusted. That's it. Your answer is absolutely correct. Statement 1 is true. Statement 2 is true. What were the options? Everyone? What were the options? I don't know. There were options like statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is correct, but this is not the correct explanation of it. So I guess you know what the answer is, what the options are, right? Just a second, guys. I got stuck between my microphone wire. Just a second. I'm stuck with the microphone wire. Alright, got it. Yes. Statements type. Okay, so basically statement 1 is also correct, statement 2 is also correct. Make sense? Nonsense, everybody? I'm so sorry, Pat Pro Bacha. I really do not know what to say about that. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I don't know how it works there. What about the internet? Okay. So statement 1 and statement 2 both are correct. Moving on to the next question now. Medium used in this reaction. So how many of you remember that I kept telling you KMNO4, potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate, very important. Do you remember? And see, I was not wrong. This is that part, right? Remember, potassium permanganate and lot of those iodate to iodine, sulfate to whatever, all those were there. Yes, exactly that question has come. Anyway, so the medium that is used in this reaction is, as we know, in neutral or faintly alkaline solution. What happens? A notable reaction is the iodide to iodate. And then here, this is the one. Thiosulfate is oxidized almost quantitatively to sulfate. That means what is the medium? The medium is neutral. And I think the option was aqueous neutral. I think the option that was there was aqueous neutral. So as you know, as we can see, this is what you are going to write. Make sense? Make sense? Yes? This question, maybe you got a different set. Maybe you got a different set. Huh? I am not very sure. This question not came. So maybe there was a question about KMNO4. Was there a question regarding KMNO4? Wait a second. I think I have it written here in my notebook, in which I was working out. Wait a second. Yeah. Mn in KMNO4 changes by 3 units in which medium? Was it this? Was it this? No. I think the question was Mn in KMNO4. Mn in KMNO4 changes by 3 units in which medium? Was it this question? Yes? Ha. So in which medium, guys? Aqueous neutral. Once again, okay? My goodness, man. I'm stuck again with the wire. What just happened? What is going on? Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Whew, finally out of it. Yeah. Now it makes sense. Okay, so the question was, where do I write it? All right, let me write it down here. Okay, let me write it down here with a different color. So the question probably was, one second, let me write it down. Mn in KMNO4 changes by 3 units. That's what is written. Mn in KMNO4 changes by 3 units. Changes by 3 units in which medium? Right? So what is the answer? The answer is aqueous neutral. Okay? Make sense, everybody? Yes? Make sense? This is the answer? This is the answer? Okay, all right. Both Rakesh, both the shifts were super duper easy. There are no complaints. You cannot complain after getting this. It's pretty much like, I think NTA was just reading NCRT this time. It really feels like that. Yeah, I really feel that NTA was completely just reading NCRT. Yes, I will give you Hemachandran just after this. The moment I finish this, I will give you. Okay. Now the question that is asked to you is, okay, if A0 is the radius of H atom, de Broglie wavelength of electron in third orbit of Li2 plus ion is x pi A0. Find out x. How do we do this? Okay, basically what we know is R3 is equal to A0 into what we do? 3 square by 3 naught. 3 square by 3, right? 3 square by 3. So basically it will be 3 A0, right? Yes, this is how we are going to solve it. Now what we are going to do is 3 lambda is equal to 2 pi r. 3 lambda is equal to 2 pi r. Yes. Now we just found out what is r, so it is 3 lambda is equal to 2 pi 3 A0. That means 3 cancel. So lambda is equal to 2 pi A0. What is the value of x, guys? 2 is the value of x. So can we write it here? X is equal to 2. Make sense? Nonsense, everybody. EPBT once again. Can I have it? So how many marks till now? I do not see you guys counting. I don't see you guys counting. What is the counted marks till now? How many marks are you getting? EPBT. I want you to spam EPBT, guys. Spam. Preetha, you will not get repeated question. Repeated topics, definitely. There will be repeated topics, okay? But definitely not repeated questions. Same question will not come, okay? Okay, all right. So this is solved. Great. Moving on. Okay. Look at this and laugh, guys. Laugh, everybody. I want you all to feel very calm because just look at this. Which of the following has the highest hydration energy? Of course, Be plus 2. It has to be Be plus 2. Small size, water will surround, right? Small size, water will surround. So option A. Option A, the highest hydration enthalpy is with Be plus 2. Yeah? Again, so how many marks? How many marks? We are getting plus 4 everywhere. No negative marking till now, right? No negative marking till now, yes? Awesome, awesome. Okay. IUPAC name. My favorite. Also, super duper easy. Super duper easy. Look at it. Without even lifting your pen, you can write this. Okay. K3CO2O4 3. What is the answer? Because we can understand that this is the cation, this is the cation, this is the anion. So we will write the cation first. Do you remember the IUPAC rules? Yes. So we are going to write potassium first. Potassium first. Then what do? We write the ligand. Ligand. Which one is the ligand? 3 oxalate. So now negative, right? So trioxalato, right? Then what? Cobalt, and this is anion. It is anion. So cobaltate. And do you see that K3? That means this will be 3 minus. So can I just simply write 3 in the Roman number and in the parenthesis? That means my option B is the correct answer. Easy peasy biryani tasty, right? We do not even have to lift our pen and we have the answer. Yes. Yes, guys. Amazing, amazing, absolutely amazing, right? Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Makes sense or nonsense, guys? So happy, yes, so happy that you all are able to do this. Super, super, super happy. And I'm very happy with the response, guys. Quickly go and call up your friends, those who have already had their exam and those who haven't had their exam, because I need you all to watch it. From these shifts, from these first shifts, you can actually get, oh sorry, what did I do? Potassium trioxalato cobaltate. Actually both option A and both option B are trio. Both of them are actually same thing. Both of them are same thing. I think this is a typo, but in your question, which one was the correct answer? Which one was the correct answer? Just choose that, okay? Just choose that. Anyway, do we have this? This is clear. Yes. Akul Bacha, I suggest that you be here. Yes. I suggest that you be here because from this shift, you get a clear idea about your upcoming shift as well. Chalo. Moving on. Acha, I think here we are done. This is all that I have from second shift, or maybe I do have another question. Oh yes, I do have another question. Acha, there was another question in your this thing. Which one of the following is the most basic? Do you remember? Which one of the following? Which one of the following is the most basic? Was there a question like this, guys? And I think the options were, TL2O3, then option B was probably TL2O. Let me know if I'm right or wrong, guys. Let me know if I'm right or wrong, everybody. Yes? But I have told you the answer, right? It is potassium trioxalato cobaltate 3. Okay. So whichever in your exam was the correct answer, just click on that. Okay. Option C was probably Cr2O3. And option D, my dear student, was B2O3. What do we know? What do we know about this? We know that lower is the oxidation state, bracket will come. Lower is the oxidation state, basicity is more, right? And in this case, we know that lower oxidation state is here, isn't it? Yes, in this case, we know that lower oxidation state is here. So, lower oxidation state, more basic, more basic. This is the correct answer. This is amphoteric. This is amphoteric, right? Okay. So we know the answer, right? We know the answer? Yes. But then there are two TL answers, right? Rex Knight. There is one TL2O, there is one TL2O3. So lower oxidation state, more basic. I think I have another question here. Let me just see if I have it. Any other that I have? Acha, there was another question about BeCl2, right? Another question about BeCl2 was there, I guess. I don't have any more pages, so I'm going to write it down here. There was another question about BeCl2, if you remember. Yes, BeCl2 was another question. Yeah. So BeCl2, what do we know? We know that BeCl2 exists in different states, right? So we know that in solid state, it is what? Polymer, right? Polymer, absolutely yes. Solid state, it is polymer. Yes, in vapor state, it is a dimer. I think this is the question, if I am not wrong. Dimer, and then there is also at high temperature, it exists as a monomer. It exists as monomer. Right, this is the answer. This is the answer if I am not wrong. Yeah, correct. BeCl2 and solid state. So I think this is the correct answer. I think another question was regarding Gabriel thalamide. That's what the student told me, but I don't have clear data about it. Okay, so I would just tell you that revise Gabriel thalamide reaction. I think that's it. Yeah, now let's go to the first shift, guys. Let's go to the first shift and let's quickly finish it in the next half an hour. Okay. In the next half an hour, let's finish our shift 1. Yes, now tell me, how was the paper, guys? How was the paper, everybody? Yes, waiting for shift 1 answer. Chalo, let's begin. So, Acha, how many of you remember, guys, predictor questions? Do you even see? I pretty much predicted the question. The question paper was pretty much leaked to you guys even before you went for the exam, isn't it? Yesterday, remember yesterday we spoke about this Orlon thing? We spoke about this Orlon thing, do you remember? This was a clear indication that from now on, believe me when I tell you something to read, okay? Do believe me when I ask you to read something, isn't it? Orlon, what is Orlon? What do we know? Polyacrylonitrile. I did it. Predictor mock test, everybody watch it, watch that session, okay? Yes. Ma'am be setting papers and licking them. I don't work with NTA, yeah. I work with Vedantu. I wish. But yeah, I don't work with NTA. Anyway, moving on. The correct set of strong oxidizing and reducing agent. Okay, how many of you, how many of you remember? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Remember? D and F block. Read about the exceptions. Do you remember? Read about the exceptions, cerium, ytterbium, terbium, europium, read them. Remember I had told you this. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is of course option number 1. Although we know mostly that it is lutetium and lawrencium, they are the most prominent ones, but these are the exceptions. Many a times questions are asked from here. So here is it, Ce4 plus, Tb4 plus, they act as oxidizing agent, and Yb2 plus and europium 2 plus, they act as a reducing agent. Okay, all right, that's the question. Okay, moving on, very easy, very simple. Vitamin A, which one is vitamin A? Xerophthalmia. Yes, vitamin. Okay, tell me guys, what is the answer? I have forgotten my my basics. I have forgotten my basics, but I think I have written it somewhere here. Let me just check it out. Okay, B2, vitamin B2 is chelosis, B1 is beriberi, and vitamin C everybody knows scurvy, right? So which one is the correct answer? The correct answer is option A here, okay? Option A is the correct answer. Sure, Karthik, sure, I'll try to predict that also, yeah? I think I should change my profession, right? From becoming a teacher, I should rather be an astrologer. I think more money. Money, apna sapna, money, right? That's what they say. Should I change my profession, guys? Shreyas sir will be coming up in some time. Shreyas sir will be coming up in some time, guys. In another 20 minutes or so, he will be here. Yep. Another 20 minutes or so, he will be here. They didn't ask like this. No, they didn't. All right. No, thank you so much. You're saving me. I don't know. A of astrology. What did they ask? Atiban Franklin. See, basically what happens, these are all memory based, okay? None of the students can actually come back. They are so excited after their exam. It's very tough for them. So whatever data we have, we make the slides and we come here, okay? So I think be a little kind on the students who give us the answer, right? All right, moving on. Why from FCC latest? We did it. We did it. Predictor mock test. Do you remember? We did this, isn't it? We did this. Yes. Okay. So why from FCC lattice in which X occupies 1/3 of tetrahedral voids, then formula of the compound will be very simple, very easy. Once again, guys, tetrahedral voids are 8 in the count in FCC. Thus, X is 8/3 and Y is 4. So the formula will be what? 8/3 and 4. So the formula is going to be 2x2 y3. Okay, x2 y3. Okay. Acha, vitamin C, they have asked ascorbic acid. Same thing, yeah. Ascorbic acid, riboflavin, and this and that is the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing basically, right? Okay. Moving on, which one of the following have highest electron gain enthalpy? Once again from NCERT. If you remember, there is a table, there is a chart, absolutely fact based, and the correct answer is option A, fluorine and Ne, right? The values are right here and you can find it out, okay? The values are right here and you will be able to find it out. Ma'am, I heard morning session was, both the sessions were super easy today, okay? I hope that's how NTA keeps it. Acha, naming reactions matching, this has also come directly from this thing. This has also come, I think I have the clip from NCERT. Just a second. Let me show you the clip from NCERT, yeah? One second, guys. Yes, I do think I have it. Where is it? Uno momento, guys, uno momento. I hope you guys are not able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Don't see it, huh? You guys be good kids and don't watch my screen, okay? Yes. This is it. This is it, isn't it? You have it all, guys. Itard reaction and wait a second. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Do you see this? Do you see this? Correct. 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 Yes. We have that Itard reaction, iodoform, Gattermann aldehyde. It's all there in your NCERT book. Okay. Everything is there right in your NCERT book, everybody. So don't worry, just go through the NCERT. Yes, you will be able to check it out. Next night I'll check it once again. Don't worry, okay? Abhi ke liye let's move ahead. So the correct answer is option A. Option A right here is the correct answer. That means Itard has CrO2, Cl2, CS2, H3O plus. Question, Q is 1, iodoform is NaOI. Gattermann aldehyde is option 2 and HVZ is your X2 red PH2O. Okay? Now, this was another question. Again, NCERT chart, NCERT tabular column. That also I have it in the slide. You know what I'll do? I'll send you the PDF, okay? I will send it to you in the PDF. So, match the column compound with the column type of bond. Of course, we know it all. Of course, we know it all. Acha, N2O. For N2O, which one is it? For N2O, which one is it, guys? Let's see how many of you can answer this. I think I also have this written somewhere. This was also from NCERT. Ha. N2O is N triple bond or N double bond, right? This, yes. N2O5. N2O5, which one is it, guys? Which one is it? No problem, Frederick. I think you can do it. Yes. N2O5 is NON, right? NO2 is, of course, the fourth one, right? And N2O4 is N bond, right? N2O4 is N bond. Correct? This is the answer. This is the answer, everybody. You can predict. It's just right there. Yesterday only Shreyas sir and I took it. Yesterday only I took it. Yes? Just yesterday we took it. It will be right there, okay? Right there. It's written. Just yesterday, bacha. Check it out, okay? Chalo, moving on. This is our answer. Photochemical smog is maximum in, of course, industrial region. Oh my God. What questions NTA has asked this time? Super simple. I'm guessing most of you are going to IITs now, Most of you are going to IITs, right? Yes. Whoever goes to IIT Guwahati, and if you stay in Dhansiri or Subansiri hostel, please do let me know. Please do let me know, because I used to stay in those hostels. Those are the girls' hostels. Otherwise, you have Brahmaputra and Dihing and Siang and a lot of other Dibang and all of these hostels. But the girls who will be staying in Dhansiri or Subansiri in IIT Guwahati, you let me know about it, okay? I'll definitely be in contact. Maybe try to relive my IIT Guwahati days through you, okay? Okay, cutoff will increase, yeah, probably, because it's easy. Yes, it might. Acha, which of the reaction is correct among the following with appropriate enzyme? Once again, very easy. Everybody knows that sucrose will give glucose plus fructose. Enzyme that will be used is invertase, isn't it? Yes, in this case, why is it wrong? Because here zymase is used. Here zymase is used. This here diastase is used. Right? Yes. Right, everybody? Am I right? Tell me. Tell me, guys, am I right? Sorry for being late. No problem, bacha. It's okay. Absolutely fine. Hai na? Chalo, moving on. Yes? Okay. Now, which of the following is used for settling of cement? Of course, gypsum. Once again, this is from NCERT. We know it. This is also from NCERT. Right? All answers are nay. No, Frederick. I think this is how when we made the PPT, right? When we made the PPT, so what we have done is we shuffled the option. But in your paper, it must have been different, okay? In your paper, it must have been different. Like I said, these are all memory based. Students, they come out of the exam center and they tell us about these questions, right? So, that's how we get to know it, okay? Yeah, that's how we get to know it. Chalo. Okay, moving on. Okay, how many of you remember this? This is from shift 1. Yes, once again, yesterday in the predictor mock test, we have done this also. Which one of the following is having square pyramidal shape? The moment you see it, it is XeOF4. XeOF4 has a geometry of sp3d2 and the shape is square pyramidal. Amazing. Once again, EPBT. Now, loss of the electron from hydrogen atom results in nucleus H plus of 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 picometer size, and reason is H plus does not exist freely and is always associated with other atoms or molecules. What is the correct answer? Both assertion and reason are correct, but reason is correct explanation. This is also from NCERT, by the way. Loss of the electron from hydrogen atom results in nucleus H plus. Yes, and this is extremely small as compared to normal atomic and ionic sizes of 50 to 200 picometer. Sorry. As a consequence, H plus does not exist freely. It cannot exist freely, and that is why it is always associated with other atoms or molecule. And this is a very unique behavior, right? Yes, this is a very unique behavior of hydrogen. So yes, this is the correct answer. Very good. Now, the magnetic moment of FeH2O63 plus and FeCN63 minus are 5.92 Bohr magneton. Okay, let's solve it. NCERT is absolutely enough for inorganic. For organic and physical, I wouldn't say the same thing, okay? For organic and physical, you will definitely have to follow the mock test, the sample paper, the Tattva books that we give you and all of that, and whatever we tell you on YouTube is also enough. But if you want a streamlined guideline, if you want a streamlined guidance for your JEE, then I prefer or I suggest that please take the course from Vedantu JEE. Okay, please take the Vedantu JEE course, but that totally depends on you. Totally depends on you. I'm not going to force you about it. Anyway, moving on, guys. Let's come back. FeH2O6 plus 5.92. That means 5 unpaired electrons. Am I right, guys? The moment we see that this has 5.92 Bohr magneton, that means 5 unpaired electrons. FeCN6 is 1.7 Bohr magneton. That means this has 1 unpaired electron. Am I right, everybody? Yes, okay. The oxidation state Fe is +3. Does it make sense? It doesn't. It doesn't. Yes, maybe both of them are true, but it doesn't make sense. Here, when we see it, we know that H2O is a weak field again. Why did I write 4? I have no idea. I think my brain and my hands are not coordinating properly. Maybe I'm hungry. Yeah. And FeCN6, Cn is a strong field ligand, right? So what is the answer? What is the answer, guys? What's the answer? The answer is both assertion and reason are correct. Yes, Fe is in +3 state, definitely. You can calculate it. But the reason is not the correct explanation. The correct explanation right here, because of this Bohr magneton and this Bohr magneton, is that this is weak field ligand, this is strong field ligand. If the answer was anything related to ligand, then yes, then that could have been the correct answer, right? But till now, we have figured it out that the reason is not the correct explanation. Right, everybody? Make sense, nonsense? Yes? Make sense, nonsense, everyone? Great. Naga, what we will do is, rather, we will put a timestamp and tell you that from this part to this part is this shift, and from this part to this part is this shift, okay? Alright, this is what we're going to do. Rather than spending too much time and putting in 2 different videos, I think this makes more sense. Chalo. If the radius of ground state hydrogen is 51 picometer, find out the radius of 5th orbit of Li2 plus. Remember, I told you, when I took that session, I had told you. Once again, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do here, guys? Rn is equal to n squared divided by z, right? So what we will do is, Rn is equal to, as we know it is 0.52 into n squared divided by z, and we are already given 5th orbit, and this is what? Radius of ground state, right? Closest integer you have to find. So Li2 plus, acha. R of Li2 plus we have to find. So R of Li2 plus if we have to find, that means it is directly proportional to 5 square, and this Z will be 3, right? Lithium, for lithium, so it will be 3. Yes, so 3. And that means here it is given that it is 51 pm, so into 51. Right now, if you calculate it, how much did you guys get? If you calculate it, I'm very weak in mathematics, please don't ask me to calculate. You calculate and tell me. D? Okay, must be D only. 425 picometer, that's what I'm guessing. Vedantu have a VIT crash course, I'm not very sure, I'll have to check it. Please ask Shreyas sir this once, okay? Yes? Okay. No, Sundar Murthy, they will not be the same question, but same topic will definitely be repeated. Yes, I will be uploading this, okay? This time it was more inorganic, yes. Go fast, go fast, go fast. Let's go. Chalo. Moving on. Identify the product formed from the following reaction. Okay, so how many of you will agree with me tomorrow? Yesterday we did Hoffman-bromamide degradation. Do you remember? Hoffman-bromamide degradation, we have done it. So if you follow Hoffman-bromamide degradation, what is the correct answer? The correct answer is option D. Hell yes, that's the correct answer. Absolutely right, yes, you just have to remove the CO, that's it. Chalo, moving on. Acha, matrix match for the detection of element. Tell me this guys, what is this? Chalo, let's do this also. The correct answer is option C, AS, that means nitrogen for this, BR, so sulfur for this, CQ, that means phosphorus for this, and halogens is AGX, okay? All right, done deal. Now, oh, this is a calculative, but again, this is also very easy. Yeah, not so tough. If you're thinking that this is very tough, actually it is not so tough. Chalo, let's find it out. What are they saying? They're saying that A2B3 gives you 2A plus 3B. Okay. If the initial concentration of A2B3 gas is C, find the value of alpha. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So what are we going to do? Let's write the equation here. A2B3 will give us 2A plus 3B. That means that I can definitely write it as C 1 minus alpha. Yes. Then this will give me twice of C alpha. And this will give me thrice of C alpha. Is that right, guys? Is that right? Is that right? 1000 facts, you are not liking me or what, huh? Why are you missing Wasim sir? Today is his birthday, celebrating his birthday. You're not liking me or what? I'm not good enough for you? Don't do that, no. I'm also trying my best, yeah. Support me also, please. Thank you. Thank you, Janvi. Thank you so much. Alright, guys. So 2C alpha and 3C alpha, that's what we have done. Now, at K equilibrium, how do we write it? How do we write it? Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you so much. Thank you, Frederick. Yes, thank you, Rakshita. Oh, you guys are so sweet, yeah. You guys are so sweet. Okay, anyway, guys, so what do we know now? We know that 2C alpha to the power square, right? Yes, that's how we know. That's how we do it. Right, then what do we have to do? We will multiply it with 3C alpha to the power 3 and then divided by what, guys? Divided by what? Divided by what? Batao. Of course this C1 minus alpha. Now when we solve this, we will see that, tell me, what will we see? What will we see, guys? We will see that 2, 4 here. Yes, 4C square alpha square, then 3. So 27C cube alpha cube divided by C 1 minus alpha. So C cancel, 1C cancel here. That means 4. 4. Okay. All right. Now 4 into 27 if you do, then it will be around 108, I'm guessing. 108 should be the answer, right? Yes. So 108, C 1 cancel, so 4, C to the power 4 square and 3, so alpha to the power 5 and divided by 1 minus alpha. Now they are asking us to find the value of alpha. So if I have to find the value of alpha, then what will I have to do is, I'm writing it here, guys, okay? Chalo, let me change the color also so that you understand. Yep. Okay. Let me do it here. So 108 C to the power 4 alpha to the power 5 1 minus alpha. We have to find the value of alpha. So alpha will be equal to KEQ. This will go that side. Yes, KEQ divided by 108 C to the power 4, right? C to the power 4 alpha to the power 5. Rather, I'll write it as 1 by 5, isn't it? Which means that option C is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Is that what did you get? Is that what did you get? Yeah, I'm almost done, guys. Almost done. Another 10 minutes I should be done. So yes, this is the correct answer. This is what you got, no? Yes? How? Oi, mathematical solution, bro. Here we got, no? See, KEQ is equal to 108 C to the power 5 alpha to the power 5. C to the power 4 alpha to the power 5, and here it is 1 minus alpha. Now you have to take this and then solve this equation. You will get alpha to the power, here you will get 1 to the power 5 and this is your alpha. Yes? Right? Okay. Yashwant, I do not understand Telugu, bro. Can you please speak in English, sweetheart? Yeah? Shreyas sir is coming up, yeah? 9:30 he will be up here. 9:30 he will be up here, don't worry. Okay, number of square planar species. No, I think now my slides have got this thing. Okay, so I think my slides are now together, guys, but that's it. I think that's it, my this thing, okay? I still did not understand what you're talking about. Anyway, I think that's it. These are the questions that we have. But yes, from Vedantu, we have made a PDF. I'll be sending you this. Let me ask Shreyas sir if he's ready so that we can call him. Yeah. Acha, I think there was another question which I have written it down here. There was a question regarding Finkelstein reaction also. Was there, guys? Please tell me if I'm not wrong. Was there a question related to Finkelstein reaction? Was it there, guys? Was it there? Was it there? Finkelstein reaction, there was one question, right? Okay, okay. And there was one where okay, I don't have the question written here in my book. I only solved it looking at it. Oopsie. There was another question regarding where the option was something related to Le-Chatelier's principle, if you remember. That's the option that is correct. The option that is correct is that only. But I don't remember. Anyway, I think let me call Shreyas sir and ask if he is ready. Yeah, just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Let me call him and ask him. Okay. Yes, Shreyas sir is ready. All right, sir. All right, sir. I'll log out then. You can join in. Chalo guys, your Shreyas sir is coming up. Yes, I will be uploading this PDF in the Telegram channel. Don't forget to join in and like, guys. Smash the like button. See you guys. Bye bye. All the very best for the next shift. See ya everybody. Bye.
Hello guys, hello my warriors, let me know if I'm audible and visible. It's time to discuss the 6th April JEE Mains session. Welcome aboard, this is your Captain Shreyas here. How is everyone and how was the shift? Do let me know. I had given to you how the initial reactions of the paper was immediately after the paper is over, and I hope that will help you prepare accordingly, especially for those students who are going to write the exam on 8th, 10th and so on and so forth. So those of you are done with the exam, don't worry, there is something amazing that is coming up for VIT EEE, for EM SAT, for BIT SAT and CUET. This channel is going to take care of all of you, okay, with respect to everything. So Shreyas sir has not forgotten about all these exams, so don't worry guys, something cool is coming up for all of you in the days to come. Nice to see all of you out here. So let's begin with the speed solutions like the name suggests. So I'm pretty sure you know my name, and thank you for smashing the like button and also subscribing to the channel. If you have not done that yet, please do that. It means a lot to me. All right, so let's begin. Yes, JEE Advanced also. Yes, definitely. I'm starting with shift 1, 6th April, and then I will slowly go to the second shift. Okay. So look at this question. There were two rings. They are carrying some current. What is the resultant magnetic field? So my dear students, this coil will create a magnetic field here. This coil will create a magnetic field here. The net magnetic field will be in this direction. So the net magnetic field will be nothing but root of B1 square plus B2 square, but B1 and B2 both will be equal because the coils are of same radius, so it will be root 2 times B1. So what is B1? B1 is nothing but magnetic field due to any one coil, which is nothing but mu naught I by 2 pi. No, there is no pi over there, there is only 2R, but I think the current over here is root 2 times of I. So root 2 times of I. Root 2 into root 2, 2. 2 and 2 cancels. So I will be left with mu naught I divided by R. That is the formula. Just check this out. Yes, is that the correct answer? Yes, mu naught I by R. Thank you so much for that mention, Sri Taruni. Glad the tricks and tips have helped. Yes, Vanakam Dharni, Vanakam everyone. Yes, I am very good money. Okay, I hope this is clear. Moving on to the next solution coming up on your screen. So I put up the solutions if it is printed or handwritten as well on the slides. And you'll be getting the entire PDF after the session is going to be over. If the rate of heat supplied is 1000, work done is 200, what is the rate of change of internal energy? Very simple question. So by first law, Q is delta U plus work. So derivative, if I do dQ by dt will be nothing but du by dt plus dw by dt. All the rates are given. This is given to be 1000. This is given to be 1000. The work done rate is given to be 200. Naturally, how much will this be? This will be nothing but 800. Simple question based on the first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics. How many of you got this? Do let me know in the chat box. Answer is 800. Okay, I hope this question came and it was so easy, guys. Must be giving a lot of confidence to the next shift people. What is the ratio of energy density of electric field and magnetic field in EM waves? This is a standard question. Always electric field and magnetic fields, energy densities are same. They are present in equal amounts. The total energy is twice the electrical energy or twice the magnetic energy. So they are present in equal amounts. So hence the answer will be 1:1. Exactly, Rakshita. Very good, Sahiti. Very good. Awesomeness. Okay, moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. This was a tricky question. Physics paper was easy. Very few questions were tricky. Now in this case, the resistors are in parallel. And what happens in parallel? 1 by R equivalent will be 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. That also means R raised to -1 is R1 raised to -1, R2 raised to -1. Now there is no direct formula for finding the error unless you differentiate this. See what I'm going to do. If I differentiate this, if I take the derivative, it will become -1 into R raised to -2 dr is equal to -1 into R1 raised to -2 dr1 plus -1 into R2 raised to -2 dr2, right? -1 will cancel. So this will become dr by r square is equal to dr1 by r1 square plus dr2 by r2 square. I hope you guys got it. What I've done is just taken the derivative. Okay. Now you might be wondering, what are these numbers over here? Well, dr1 is the error in r1. So error in r1 is basically 0.5. What is r1? r1 itself is 10. So this will be 10 square. Plus what is dr2? Error in resistance 2, which is also 0.5. What is r2? r2 is basically 15. Okay, r2 is basically 15. What is dr? I do not know that. What is r? That I can find out. How? Use this. 1 by r will be 1 by r1 plus 1 by r2. The LCM is 30. So this will become 3 plus 2, which is basically 5 by 30, which is basically 1 by 6. So r will be basically 6 ohms. So just put r as 6 over here. So this will become 6 square. From this you will be able to find the value of dr. From this you will be able to find the value of dr. Yes, I think that square is missing over here. Yeah, thank you for pointing it out. 15 square. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, so that's all. Solve this and you will find the value of dr. See if you get it as 0.26. 0.26, guys. So this dr comes out as 0.26 ohms. So it is 6 ohms plus or minus 0.26 ohms. Very good. Awesomeness. Great. Okay, so beautiful question. You cannot use any standard formulas. You have to use the basic concepts of derivatives to solve the question. So basic maths knowledge is needed, and your units, dimensions, error chapter knowledge is also needed over here. And of course current electricity. Next one. Earth has atmosphere while moon does not. Escape speed of moon is very small as compared to Earth. I think this is correct, and also the explanation is correct, because the escape speed on moon being smaller, that means the molecules which have higher velocity will easily escape the gravitational pull of the moon. So very less velocity molecules will stay back. Hardly any atmosphere will be there on the moon because of the lower escape speed. So that's why Earth's atmosphere is more in quantity as compared to the moon. Very simple. Okay, moving on. Mass of the 100 gram is rotated with a spring, natural length this much. Tension in the spring is how much? Question is very straightforward. So in this particular question, just imagine, guys, if this is the spring and let's say this is the extension of that spring and it is connected to this particular mass over here. It is connected to this particular mass over here, which is going in a circular path. Okay, so if the length of the spring originally was L, the extension is X. So there will be a spring force which will be acting towards the center, which will be Kx, and it will be also having centripetal acceleration AC. So I can clearly say Kx is equal to m into AC. AC is nothing but omega square r. R is the radius, which is L plus x. So that is the catch. Radius is L plus x, not x. Now from this equation, let's see what can we find, and probably towards the end we can find the tension also. Spring constant is basically 7.5. This is x, I do not know. Mass is 100 gram, that means 0.1 kg. Omega is 5, so 5 square. And there will be L. L is how much? 0.2 meters plus x. Now check this out. This will become 7.5x is equal to 5 square is 25. So this will become basically 2.5x plus, right? Check this out. 5 square 25. So 25 into 2, 50. So basically this will become 0.5. Just check this out. Yes. So take 2.5 over here. This will become basically 5x is equal to 0.5. That also tells you x is nothing but 0.1 meter. Once you get x as 0.1 meter, your job is done. The tension in the spring will be just kx. K I know is 7.5. X is nothing but 0.1. So this will be 0.75 Newton. That is the answer. Just check this out. Just check this out. It was not standard paper easier than NEET level. Definitely it is a very easy paper, bacha. I mean, if you compare it with 2017-18 or even the older papers like 2005, 2003, the screening tests which used to happen, I mean, this is nothing. This is laddu. This is lallu paper. Okay? Very nice. Kilaparthi Gayatri, this is basically the discussion session of 6th April JEE Mains Shift 1 and Shift 2. Right now on Shift 1 physics paper, chemistry discussion was over. Right now we do not have a maths teacher, but probably I'll try to do something on Saturday. I can't assure you, but I'll try to do something. But at least physics and chemistry I'll take care of. Okay? So next question, guys, coming up on your screen. And one more thing. I will post the entire PDF of the solutions, including maths, on the Telegram channel. So join the Telegram channel, you will get the solutions. Okay, great. So a solid infinite cylindrical wire with radius A is carrying current. Find the graph of the magnetic field inside and outside the wire. This is standard question, standard formula, standard graph. When you are outside, it is inversely proportional to R. When you are inside, it is directly proportional to R. It is the application of Ampere's law. Directly proportional to R inside, inversely proportional to R outside. So the graph will be a straight line, and then it will be a rectangular hyperbola or a curved graph. That's how it is. It's a pretty much standard thing, right? Moving on to the next one. Range is maximum for a projectile when angle is 45 degrees. That is because sin 2 theta is 1. Yes, that's the correct thing, because the range is u square sin 2 theta by g. If this is maximum, only then the range is maximum. This is maximum and it is 1 when theta is 45. Yes, definitely it is true, and true. Option B is the correct answer. Very easy question. I mean, can you think about it? 11th standard student who has just studied projectile motion also can do this. I mean, there might be some 11th standard students and they'll be like, sir, we have solved so many difficult questions. And in your Nurture series also, and advanced questions also, so many difficult questions. But here, look at this level of questions are so easy. Okay, graph of potential inside a solid sphere. Conducting, this word is very important, conducting solid sphere. So in a conducting solid sphere, where are the charges? Always on the outside, on the surface. So the field outside will be like a point charge. The field outside will be like a point charge. The potential outside will also be like a point charge. But when you are inside, the field is 0, the potential is constant. The field is 0, potential is constant. So question was on the potential. So potential inside is constant, field will be 0. There is no field inside. Just because there is no field does not mean there is no potential. There is potential, but it is not changing. So after that, it is inversely proportional to R. Yep, I hope this is clear. So remember, whenever you have a solid sphere, the charges are on the periphery. There is no field inside. That is the reason why the potential is constant. But for outside region, this entire sphere behaves like a point charge. So the potential will vary just like a normal point charge, inversely proportional to R. Great. Great. Moving on to the next one. In a capacitor, when liquid of dielectric constant is filled, then the capacitance is 2. When it is 2d/3, then what is the new capacitance? You know, there is a direct formula which I have given as a trick in my regular classes. Whenever you have a capacitor filled with multiple layers of liquid, dielectric, no matter what, use this technique. The new capacitance or the capacitance is given by epsilon naught A divided by D1 by K1 plus D2 by K2 plus D3 by K3. What is D, K, etc.? D is the width of that layer, K is the dielectric constant of that layer, D2 will be the width of the second layer, K2 will be the dielectric constant of the second layer. That's all. So in the first case, it is nothing but epsilon naught A divided by D/3 is filled with that liquid. So D/3 by that dielectric constant, which is 2. The remaining width, if D/3 is gone, the remaining width will be how much? 2D/3 by what is filled over here? Air. What is the dielectric constant of air? It is 1. So just divided by 1. This is the first case, and this capacitance is basically 2 microfarad. This is basically 2 microfarad. Now in the next case, what will happen? The new capacitance will be epsilon naught A divided by, now the liquid is filled by till a height of 2D/3. 2D/3. So instead of D/3, you will put 2D/3 over here divided by 2. That's the constant of the liquid. Plus, how much will be remaining width? It will be just a D/3. Remember, total width is D. So if 2D/3 is gone, only D/3 will be remaining divided by 1. Now you just have to divide both of them and you will get the answer, guys. Just divide both of them and you will get the answer. Directly you can see 2 by C will be equal to, this will cancel, D will cancel. So many things are going to cancel. Epsilon naught A, D, everything will cancel, and solving this you are going to get the answer. Solving this you are going to get the answer. Okay, that I leave it up to you. Will you be able to do it, yes or no? I have put the calculations also. So the answer comes out to be 2.5 microfarad. So this comes out to be 2.5 microfarad. Everybody will be able to do this after this particular point, yes or no? Just let me know. Yeah, otherwise I have kept the handwritten solution also on the next slide. Great, you understood the technique, you understood the logic. Telegram link Bhuwana is there in the description box below, bacha. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Retardation is 2x. The position of the particle starting from the origin at rest. Loss of the kinetic energy is in this form. What is the power of that expression? Okay. Percentage error, if it is asked, then just divide the error with the actual or the most probable value and multiply by 100. If the value is asked, I don't know what was the exact question, so I have found out everything, the quantity also. So if you want to find percentage, just divide and multiply by 100. Okay, so here in this case, I know the retardation is 2x, that means acceleration is minus 2x, and to find the change in the kinetic energy, I will use work kinetic energy theorem. So delta K is work. Work will be variable because acceleration is variable. So it will be integral f dx. So this will be nothing but integral m a dx. But you can see acceleration is nothing but minus 2x. So minus 2x dx. So this will be minus 2m integral x dx. It starts from origin and goes till a point x. So this will be minus 2m x square by 2. So this will be minus m x square. That will be the kinetic energy change. So the loss of kinetic energy, that negative sign indicates that kinetic energy is decreasing or it is lost. So the loss will be just the mod value or the positive value, which is mx square, which is as good as saying m divided by x raised to minus 2. Don't you see the x is in the denominator and the power is basically negative 2? Power is basically negative 2 if you look at it that way. So hence the value of n over here should be 2. If you compare this with this, you can see that. So over here, what has happened is we have used work kinetic energy theorem. I have substituted work as integration of force with respect to displacement because it is variable. Force is mass into acceleration. Acceleration is this value. I just took out the constants, integrated it. I got this. The moment I get negative, I know it is decreasing. So because I was asked what is the loss of the energy, so forget the minus sign, that will be mx square. I can shift x down because I can see x is below. So the power of x is basically negative n. Here also it is negative 2. So n will be 2. Is that understood? Clear? Pakka? Awesome. So Asni, you can join the Telegram channel by the link in the description box below. In the description box. Yep. Now, next question. Two spheres placed on the ends of a light rod, radius, distance between the centers, moment of inertia of the rod perpendicular to the line joining the centers. This is a pretty standard question where you have a rod, you have these things, and this is the axis. So basically the total moment of inertia will be twice the moment of inertia of any sphere. So the moment of inertia of any sphere, you can find it out by this logic. See, I know the moment of inertia about this axis. It is 2 by 5 mr square. You shift it by this distance. Let's say I call it d. So basically using parallel axis theorem, it will be ICM plus md square. This ICM will be 2 by 5 mr square. This is the logic for solving the problem. In the end, substitute the masses, the radius, the distances, everything is given, you will get the answer. You will get the answer. Okay? I put the calculation part over here, so I don't want to do that in front of you because these are speed solutions. So the final answer comes out to be 0.176. It's a pretty straightforward substitution based problem. Is that okay, bacha? Great. So let's move on to the next question coming up on your screen. Guys, everybody should be able to answer this. Everybody should be able to answer this. Come on, tell me. Resistivity of a semiconductor changes with temperature according to which of the following graph? We all know when temperature increases, the electrons jump from the valence band to the conduction band. The conduction increases, resistance decreases. So definitely resistance should decrease. It can't be option B, it can't be option C. It can't be B, it can't be C. Now when it decreases, how does it decrease? Does it decrease in a linear form or non-linear form? It is never a straight line. It is not inversely, or it's not directly proportional to the temperature with a negative coefficient. No, it is not a straight line. It is always a curved graph. Okay, it is a non-linear graph. So remember that. So that is why the correct answer should be D. Yes, very good. Very good. Okay. Kilaparthi, can you do one thing, bacha? Can you just replay back a little bit? That will be better because these are speed solutions, no? So you can replay back again. Aram se you see the solution. No hurry. Okay. Don't worry. I am not going to go anywhere. This video will be available to you even as a recorded lecture later on. You can play it back 1000 times also. Okay. ठीक है. Chalo. Let's move on. Alpha, electron, proton, kinetic energy is given. What is the order of de Broglie wavelength? Standard question in almost every single shift, even in January attempt, even last year. We all know de Broglie wavelength is h by mv, right? So I can also write it as h by root of 2 times m into kinetic energy. So you can see lambda is inversely proportional to root of m and also root of kinetic energy. H and 2 are constants. Now you just make a small table, or you can just do it by yourself by finding lambda for each one of them. One is alpha particle, one is electron, and the other one is proton. So for alpha particle, the mass I can say, it is basically it's a doubly ionized helium, so I can just say it is 4m. For electron, it is very small, very small. For proton, I can just say it is m. If it is 1 atomic unit, here it is 4 atomic units, as simple as that. For alpha particle, what is the kinetic energy? It is 4k. It is 4k. For electron, it is 2k, and for proton, it is nothing but k. Now from this, you find the lambda for this, this, and this. It's going to become very easy to compare all of them. Did you understand what you need to do? Just see. Okay, acha, this is 4m, 4k. Okay, the denominator is very large. Okay, here this is very small and this is 2k. Very small mass and 2k. So very small mass means very small denominator. That means very large lambda. Okay, this is m and k. So you can compare these two, and from that you can compare the electron and you will get the answer. So for electron it is 4k, is it? I don't know. The memory based questions which were given to me were like this. So if it was some other way, then you change it accordingly. As per this data, it is electron which has the highest wavelength, then proton, then alpha particle. Then proton, then alpha particle. Okay, chalo. Let's move on to the next question. I hope you understood the concept. This question, I did it in my sure shot session. Just yesterday, I conducted a sure shot session. This question was there. And I told you, whenever you see springs like this, one here, one there, what are these springs in? They are in parallel. And when springs are in parallel, Kp is nothing but K1 plus K2. And we know time period is 2 pi under root mass by the equivalent spring constant. So just put this over here. So you will be left with nothing but option C, I believe. 2 pi root m by K1 plus K2. It was so easy. And this is a direct question from my sure shot, which was just conducted yesterday. Moving on to the next question. Car is going with a speed of 15. The person in the car presses the horn, experiences change in frequency, etc. What is the frequency of the apparent frequency of the horn or something like that? Acha, he experiences a change was this 400 or I think this was 40 hertz. I think this was 40 hertz, I believe. Okay. So here what you need to do is just use a small trick. Again, I have given this trick. If the car is going this way with a speed of 15 meters per second, okay, this car will generate some sound. So it will act like a source. It will act like a source. The sound will be generated. And then what will happen? The sound will also reflect back. And then the driver of the car will hear it. So he is the detector. He is the detector. This kind of problem you can solve it using the concept of ray optics, your plane mirror concept. Make the image of the detector. Make the image of the detector. How many of you remember this technique? I have told you this technique long time back. So assume that the source is moving like this with speed of 15 meters per second. Okay. And imagine the detector is here like this. So this is the detector and he is moving with 15 meters per second. Now isn't this a simple problem? Now forget that there is a mirror or there is a wall or reflector. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. How many of you remember this technique? If you didn't know, now you know it. You can use it for BitSat, for CUET, for EMSAT or for JEE Advanced. Now you can solve this. So apparent frequency will be nothing but the original frequency into speed of sound. Speed of sound. Here you will have plus the 15 and here you will have minus 15. From this you can solve. From this you can solve. It's very easy. So once you know the apparent frequency, you can find the change in frequency. Change in frequency was given. So from that you can find the original frequency of the horn. Is that okay, bacha? Understood the technique? So always when there is a reflector, forget the reflector, make an image of the detector behind the reflector or the mirror or the wall. So now you just have one simple source and one simple detector. They both are moving towards each other. So because of the source also frequency increases. Because of the detector also frequency increases. So that's why numerator should increase, denominator should decrease to make the ratio very large in the value. Very good. So moving on, the answer comes out to be 420, guys. So I think this was not 400, this was 40. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next question coming up on your screen. What does it say? Acha, the height of the tower increases by this much. Communication system. Guys, this is such a simple problem. We all know that height. We all know that the height and the range. We know that the range is directly proportional to height. Range is directly proportional to height. Yes or no? So, if I talk about what will be the new range, root of h. Okay. So, what will be the new range? It will be basically proportional to root of that new height. Guys, the height is increased by 21%. So it will be old height plus 21% of that old height. Old height was h. New height is 21%. That means 0.21 of h. So that will make it 1.21h. That will be the new height. So the new range will be proportional to 1.21 of h. 1.21 of h, the root of that. Now what is root of 121? 11. So root of 1.21 will be 1.1. So this will be 1.1 times the root of h. Don't you see, now the range has increased by a factor of 1.1. Basically it has increased by a factor of 1.1. So that is basically the new range. I can just say from here, the new range is 1.1 times the old range over here. So that means it is 10% more. 10% more. 0.1 is 10% of 1, 1/10 of 1. So that is basically 10% more than the old range. I hope this is clear. Dharni, you remember this, which I solved from my previous video. I think there was another question. It was, I think, related to resistance. The length is increased by 10% or 21%. How much does the resistance change by? Something like that. I remember something in current electricity. A very similar question came. Now they have asked in communication system. Yep. Right. Moving on to the next one. Yeah, the answer is 10%. Obviously. Moving on. The body of mass m has constant speed, viscosity, density. What is the speed? This is basically the derivation they have asked of terminal speed. Everybody knows the formula for terminal speed. Everybody knows the formula for terminal speed. What is the formula, guys? It is 2/9. Okay, 2/9. Oh, but if you use that, then radius will come, but radius is not given in the question. So radius is not given. So I think you need to actually sit and derive this. How? Remember, when a body falls with terminal speed v, the forces acting are weight, buoyant force, which is volume into density of liquid into g, and also the drag force, which is 6 pi eta rv. So if I write down the equation, it will look like this: 6 pi eta rv plus v rho l g is equal to mg. So basically 6 pi eta rv is equal to mg minus v rho l g, which is equal to mg minus, I do not want volume because it's not given. Okay, so I can write volume as mass by volume is density. So volume will be mass by density. So this will be mass by density of that solid. Density of that body is rho b. So that's it. Just substitute. You can see m and g are common. So take mg common, and this will be 1 minus rho l by rho b is equal to 6 pi eta rv. So v will be basically mg divided by 6 pi eta r, and here I have 1 minus rho l by rho b. That should be the final answer. They asked the viscous force, is it? Acha, if they ask the viscous force, I don't know. Like if these were the things given, from here, this is the viscous force. This is the viscous force. You can see basically this quantity. This quantity is the viscous force. So if the question was just viscous force, then that's it. This will be equal to the force of viscosity, because you can see 6 pi eta rv is nothing but the force of viscosity. Is that okay? That's how you're going to do it. Pretty simple. Okay. If you know the derivatives, that's it. Derivation, sorry. So Young's modulus, force, radius is given. Strain is how much? What is the value of the strain? Guys, direct question. Young's modulus is stress by strain. Stress is force by area by strain. So strain will be force by area. Area is pi r square, and Young's modulus will come below. Substitute each and everything, you'll get the answer. Force, you know. R, you know, 20 millimeters. Young's modulus, also you know. Substitute, you will get the answer. It's a direct question based on value substitution. Is that okay, bacha? Is that okay, bacha? Can we move ahead to the next question coming up on your screen? Look at this. This question also repeated in the second shift. So those of you who are watching it from the next shifts, remember, questions will get repeated. I'm saying will, okay? But the values will change. So in this question, it was for 90 degrees, basically, I think. Yeah, 90 degrees. In the next shift, they have asked it for 120 degrees. Okay? So that's how the questions can get repeated. So let's have a look at this. A particle moves in a circle when it travels by 90 degrees. So if it travels by 90 degrees, that means it has turned this much. So earlier the velocity was here, now the velocity is over here. Okay, it has turned by basically 90 degrees. This is r, this is r. Now the question is, what is the average velocity related to the actual speed? If you want to find average velocity, you would need the displacement. This is the displacement, s. This is 90 degree. From the diagram, it is very obvious, s is r root 2. That is basically your displacement, and you need that. Without that, how will you find average velocity? You also need one more thing, and it is the time. Time will be the distance, which is the length of that arc upon the speed. Length of the arc upon the speed. What is the length of that arc? Total circumference 2 pi r. 2 pi r is 4 parts, pi r by 2. So this is basically pi r by 2. Speed is basically v. So now average velocity is nothing but the displacement by time. Displacement is r root 2. Time is nothing but pi r, and you will have 2v over here. R will cancel. I think they have asked v by v average. So shift v average over here. So this will become, pi will go on the top, 2 root 2 will come below, is equal to v by v average. This is what I will get. So pi by 2 root 2. Hence the value of x is basically 2. That's it. That is the answer. Everybody with me? I'm so glad, Hari's, your exam went really well, and I'm pretty sure there are many other students just like you whose exams have gone really well, and I'm really proud of all of you guys. Very good. Next question, guys. Which gate is this? Which logic gate is this? Come on, everybody should have got this. 100% everybody would have got this. Come on, think about it. If both the switches are off, all the current will go through the bulb will be on, so it will be 1. If one of them is closed, what will happen? The current will go through this is a wire, it will be shorted, no current will go through the bulb will be off. If you close this and you leave this open, then all the current will go through this circuit. The bulb will not get any current. And if you close both the switches, obviously the current will go through these wires only, because it has least resistance, bulb has significant resistance. So this will be off. So obviously this is a NOR gate. Very good. Excellent. Yep. Don't worry, Khilavarti Gayatri, just concentrate, okay, on what I'm saying. Don't worry about the chats, okay, so much. Great. So that was shift 1. Ready and excited for shift 2? Let me know by smashing the like button and raining the chat box with some fire emojis. Alright, so that was shift 1, 6th of April. Let's move on to 6th April, second shift JEE Mains Physics question paper. Great. Sir, at grounding there was resistance. Even if there was a resistance, it won't matter, bacha. Still, this will be the best path because these wires have zero resistance. Okay? Chalo, moving on. Okay, so if initial velocity is this much, acceleration is this much, after how much time will the velocity be this? I am really surprised this kind of a question came, but still, you just use v is equal to u plus at, nothing else is there. 60 is equal to u plus a into 2, so 50 is equal to a into 2, so acceleration is basically 25. Sorry, not my bad, not acceleration. I think acceleration was given to be 2, they had asked the time. So a into t, so that is 2 into t. So 50 is equal to 2t. So t will be basically 25 seconds. That's the answer. Great. Moving on to the next question. I'm not going to waste time on this. Okay. If a particle goes in a circle, then if it covers 120 degrees, then what is the average velocity? Look at this question and then look at this question. Isn't it very similar, guys? Isn't it very similar? Now will you be able to do this question, yes or no? Like I was telling you guys, the questions have got repeated. So over here, the only change is that it is 120 degrees. So initial velocity was here. Now it has turned by some angle. So the final velocity is over here. This is basically 120 degrees. This is R, this is also R. Now we know that if you have a triangle like this, this is 120 degrees, this is R, this is R. First, understand that this is what you will be needing because that would be the displacement. You can find it out using cosine rule, or You can drop a perpendicular, use sine, cos, trigonometry also and find it out. It's completely up to you. So I can just use basically root of r square plus r square minus 2r into cos of 120 also. So that's how you can find a displacement. For time, what will you do? For time, what will you do? Time is, because displacement by time will give me average velocity. Displacement by time will give me average velocity. So for time, what will you do? Think about it logically, guys. The speed is given. The speed is given. Can I find the length of the arc? I think so. Time is length of that arc by speed. Length of the arc, 120 degrees is 1/3 of 360 degrees. 120 degrees is 1/3 of 360 degrees. So 2 pi r is the circumference of a circle divided into 3 parts. Each part will be 120, 120, 120 degrees. So it is 2 pi r by 3, yes or no? 2 pi r by 3, yes or no, guys? Very good. And what is the speed? Speed is basically pi. Pi. So it will be 2r by 3. So substitute it over here and you will get the answer. Purna, actually there is AC in my room, right? Because I cannot take her class normally over here because of the lights and all of that. I will start sweating. So that's why I have to turn on AC. The funny part is the moment I turn on the AC, I feel little cold, and I just recovered from cold, you know that, from cough and all that, bad throat. So I don't want to again fall sick. So that's the thing. Okay, I hope this is clear. The answer comes out to be 3 root 3 by 2. So the final answer comes out to be 3 root 3 by 2. That's what it is. Is that okay? So Dharni, I don't know, bacha, how many exact number of questions, but it's very close to 20. Yeah, very close to 20 questions. Moving on to the next one, coming up on your screen. If this is the Bohr's radius, de Broglie wavelength of the third orbit of hydrogen atom. Okay, here the logic goes like this. We all know MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. Correct? MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. Acha, now just move this around. So 2 pi R, shift that 2 pi here, put that MV below. So it will be NH by 2 pi. Sorry, NH by MV. NH by MV. H by MV. I know H by MV is de Broglie wavelength, so n lambda. So 2 pi r is basically n lambda. This is one of the most important relation. Another important thing is radius is directly proportional to n square. N square, everybody should know this. So these are the two important formulas for solving this question. Now observe, for the first case, remember the Bohr's orbit is having a radius of a0. So n value will be 1, so that will be lambda. All right, so that will be lambda for the first orbit. But when you take the third orbit, okay, observe this. For the third orbit, it will be 2 pi. This radius, since it is proportional to n square, so for the third orbit, the radius will be 3 square times a0, basically 9 times a0, yes or no? It will be basically 9 times of a0. So 9 times of a0 will come over here. And here n value will be 3, and here you will have lambda for the third orbit. So basically lambda 3 will be 2 pi into 9 a0 by 3. 3 cancels. 3 2s are 6. So 6 pi a0. That's it. This was not needed, but just told you how this works. So for the third orbit, this is for the third orbit. This is for the first orbit. Remember that. So this is how it works. Okay. So answer is option A, of course. Beautiful question based on multiple concepts and tricky mathematics or tricky manipulations which are involved over here. Moving on to the next one. In 7 minutes it cools from this to this. Surrounding temperature given. Then in the next 7 minutes, what's the new temperature? Standard question, guys. So just mentally think what is happening over here. Old temperature is 60, then the new temperature is 40, then the final temperature is T. The surrounding temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. Always find the average. Whenever you have these kind of questions, you always need the average temperature. Here the average temperature is basically 50 degrees Celsius. Here the average is basically 40 plus T divided by 2. Why you need that? Because Newton's law of cooling, the rate of cooling the rate of cooling is some constant times the average temperature of that body which is getting cooled minus the surrounding temperature. This is the formula that you're going to use. So observe now what is going to happen. The rate of cooling, that means the change of temperature upon time. How much was the change from 60 to 40? 60 minus 40, that is 20. How much time it took to go from 60 to 40? It took 7 minutes, is equal to constant into average temperature, what is it? 50 minus outside surrounding temperature is 10. Everybody with me? Great. Next, for the next scenario from 40 to T, what is the change? The change is 40 minus T. 40 minus T, which I have to find. How much time? Again, for the next 7 minutes. Rate of cooling this is. Rate of cooling is how much is the change per unit time. Same constant. What is the average temperature? It is 40 plus T divided by 2 minus 10. Just divide both of them. Just divide this with this. If you divide both of them, C will cancel. Only unknown will be T. You can find it out. The only unknown is T, and many of you have already posted the answer as 28. Yes, the answer comes out to be as 28 degrees Celsius. Just have to solve this. It's not so difficult also. In fact, even this 7 and 7 will also cancel. So many things, okay? Many things will cancel and you can do it. Dharni, you solved it using differential equation. I don't think it was needed, bacha. It would make things very lengthy. So better to use it better to solve it using simple algebra. Okay, no issues, happens. Okay, moving on. The class will go on for next maybe, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, half an hour. Yeah. Moving on. In a circular motion, mass is this, time is this, radius is this. What is the centrifugal force? Yaar, what is this kind of question? This is m omega square r, na, centrifugal force. Yep. So what is m? M is, acha, but before that, what is omega? Omega is 2 pi by the time period, right? So what is mass? Mass is 5. 2 pi by time period is pi square, radius 2. So 5 2s are 10 and pi cancels, so it will be just 2 square. So it will be basically 40 Newton. Just check it out, 40 Newton. Yes, check. Yes, the answer is 40 Newton. Such a laddu, easy peasy lemon squeezy question came. Yep, very nice. Moving on to the next question. Acha, this was again on communication. So guys, every time communication system, one question is coming, and that too such a easy question. I hope, Sharvi, such easy questions come. These same type of questions come, same pattern comes. You guys will nail it, especially the next shift students. Minimum amplitude is this much, modulation index is this much. What is the maximum amplitude? Okay, so for that, first, what is the value of modulation index? Modulation index is basically the signal amplitude by the carrier amplitude. According to the question, it is 60%, or fraction wise it is 0.6. So it is AS by AC. So basically AS is 0.6 times of AC. Now the next step will be minimum amplitude is given. That means the carrier wave amplitude minus the signal amplitude is basically 3. So hence AC minus, instead of AS you put 0.6 AC is equal to 3. From this you will get 0.4 AC is equal to 3. So AC is basically 3 by 0.4. That is the value of AC that you get. Now in order to find the max amplitude in communication systems for amplitude modulated wave, it will be carrier wave amplitude plus signal wave amplitude. AC plus AS is maximum amplitude, AC minus AS is the minimum amplitude. So AC plus AS. So we see that AS is basically 0.6 times of AC. So 0.6 times of AC. So this will become 1.6 AC. But we just found out the value of AC as 3 by 0.4. This goes with this 4 times 3 4s are 12. So 12 volt is the answer. 12 volt is the answer. Yes, done. So easy, no? Yes, very good. Yes, answer is 12 volts. Proud of all of you guys if you guys got it. Planet is moving in elliptical path, which is incorrect. Which of the following is incorrect? That's the question, guys. Aerial velocity is constant. I think so. That is true. That is in fact the law of areas. Total energy is constant. Yes, mechanical energy is conserved. Velocity, no. Speed changes, direction also changes. So I think it should be option C, guys. Straightforward question. Yeah, direction also is not constant. Velocity is a vector quantity, right? And also the speed changes. So when you are far away, the speed is less. When you are close, the speed is more. So obviously, speed and direction both change. Next one. Body is dropped from height. It rises to a height h2. Ratio of speeds before and after is 4. What is the percentage loss of kinetic energy? Okay, the logic over here is that if the ball strikes the ground with u speed, you can see the ratio of the speeds before and after is 1:4 or 4:1. That means the speed becomes 4 times less. The energy is lost in elastic collision. So if it strikes the ground with u speed, when it rebounds back, the speed will be u/4. Obviously energy is lost. Obviously energy is lost. So that is the question now. What is the percentage loss? So that percentage loss will be the loss of that kinetic energy upon original kinetic energy into 100. So what is that loss? It will be half m u square minus half m u square by 16 or u/4 whole square. You can think of it that way if you don't like this. Okay, I'll just put it over here, u/4 whole square upon original energy, which is half m u square. Half m u square will cancel from everywhere. Oh, by the way, this is also into 100. So I will be left with 1 minus 1/16 divided by 1 into 100, which is basically 15/16 into 100. So 15/16 into 100. So which is how much, guys? I think it should be around 93.75%. Yeah, just check this out. Yes, it is 93.75%. Is that clear? Awesomeness. Yeah. Difference between velocity and aerial velocity. So, bacha, aerial velocity means this velocity. I'll show you. If this is the sun, the planet moves like this. This is the area covered. This is that area covered. Upon the time that it takes is basically called as the aerial velocity. Area per unit time. Okay? Is that clear? Moving on. Now, what is the next question? Body weighs this much on Earth. What is the weight at r/4? Guys, this kind of question I did it in my sure shot. Remember, if you take it so high, if you take it below the surface, what is the gravity? I told you, very important topic. So see, this same question has come. So the logic over here is gravity at height h. Gravity at height h is gravity at surface r square by r plus h. H is r/4 whole square. So this will be g naught r square by r plus r/4 is 5r/4. So 25 r square by 16. R square cancel. So 16/25 times of g naught. So the weight at height h will also be 16/25 times of weight on the earth. The weight on the earth. What is the weight on the earth? Come on, guys, it's given. So 16/25 weight on the earth is 100 Newton. 25 goes with 100 4 times. 16 4s are 64 Newton. Yes, very good. That's the answer. See, if you have attended those short sessions, mock tests, my Nurture series, Pathfinder series, definitely these questions would be so easy. And I know many of you have probably been following right from 11th standard. I hope many of you have been following me from 11th standard. Some of you probably started back in 12th standard. Some of you probably have joined very late, but that's okay. I would really love to know, when did you start watching my lectures? And when was the time, you became serious and you watched all these videos? And maybe some of you joined late, but you watched the previous lectures as well. So I would really like to know how long you have been associated with me, guys. It would make my day. It would give me immense amount of satisfaction, because I would be touching upon so many lives. I would be helping so many students, and there is nothing bigger joy. There is no greater joy than, imparting knowledge and spreading this joy of learning to amazing set of students out here. That's crazy. Moving on to the next one. Potential energy of an electron is identified as this much. Bohr's law, radius of a function of n. Okay, simple, guys, standard question. If energy is given, from this find force. Force is minus du/dr. So this will be minus half is constant, k is constant, d/dr of r square. So this will be minus half k 2r. So this will be basically minus kr. So this negative says that it is attractive in nature, that's all. But the magnitude is just kr. So from this, use the force magnitude is basically mv square by r. So force is basically kr is equal to mv square by r. The force is kr. I just use the magnitude. Now rearrange this. So this will become r square is equal to m by k v square. From this, r will be root of m by k into v. So r is directly proportional to v, or v is directly proportional to r. Okay, that's one thing. Now we also know one more thing, guys, that mvr, angular momentum, is nh by 2 pi. Angular momentum is nh by 2 pi, yes or no? Now if r is proportional to v or v is proportional to r, think about it. Can I not say v is equal to some constant times of r? Some constant times of r, yes or no? So substitute that over here. M into some constant times of r into r is equal to nh by 2 pi. Now if you notice, everything else is a constant except for r and n. So r square is directly proportional to n. 2 pi h, c, m, all these are constants. So r square is proportional to n. That means r is proportional to root of n. That is the answer. Root of n. Root of n. Where is it? Yes, option C. So I solved the question in very easy manner. Very standard question. They often, change the Coulomb's law, which is usually inversely proportional to r square. Force is usually inversely proportional to r square. They make it proportional to r cube, or proportional to r, or inversely proportional to r raised to 6, whatever. And then they ask, what is the radius proportional to? What is the speed proportional to? So these kind of questions are very common, standard variety of question again. Moving on to the next one. Solid sphere, ring, equal masses, equal radii of direction. Sphere is rotating about its diameter, ring about its axis, perpendicular to the plane, ratio of the radius. Okay, simple, guys. Since they have equal masses and equal radius of gyration, that means they have same moment of inertia. They both have the same moment of inertia. That's the first conclusion. Sphere is rotating about its diameter. Sphere is rotating about its diameter. So it will be having 2 by 5. Moment of inertia will be 2 by 5 mr sphere square. Correct? Mr square. For the ring, which is rotating about an axis perpendicular to its plane, the moment of inertia is mr ring square. Now both these things are given to be equal. Mass got cancelled. So from here, rs square by rr square will be 5 by 2. So rs by rr will be root of 5 by 2. So root 5 by 2. So x is nothing but 5. X is nothing but 5. That should be the answer. Yes, it is. Understood? Because the masses are same and the radius of gyration is same, moment of inertia is same. I wrote the moment of inertia of sphere, moment of inertia of the ring, equated them. Masses got cancelled, you got the radius ratio. Yep. Sir, the toughness gradually increases. So how about us? I think it's not gradually increases. Maybe the evening shift was just tougher than the morning shift. Maybe again tomorrow the morning shift might be easier. Who knows, the morning shift might be tougher, evening shift might be easier. So we do not know what can happen. But generally it is seen that the evening shifts are slightly more trickier, many times, than the morning shift, usually. Okay, more than 50% of the times. Find the ratio of RMS speed oxygen to that of hydrogen. Acha, standard formula, RMS velocity for any molecule is 3RT by molecular weight. So speed for oxygen upon speed for hydrogen will be inversely proportional to the molecular weight of oxygen, and this is molecular weight of hydrogen. So for hydrogen it is 2, for oxygen it is 32. 2 goes with 32 16 times. Root of 16 is basically 4. So answer is 1:4, which is option A. Simple, na? Yep, very easy. So Lakshmi, Priya, so many of you guys, don't get tense. Don't you see that, actually the problems are very straightforward. In the exam also it is going to be like this only. Aram se solve it, and you can see I'm not just hurrying up the solutions or anything. It's actually easy. So I'm solving as if I was solving, you know, probably the actual JEE Mains paper. This is the speed at which I would probably solve. If I was not talking, maybe it will be even more. Okay, moving on. What is the current in this particular 20 ohm circuit, 20 ohm resistance? Okay, here you can use Kirchhoff's current law, voltage law, and then you can solve it, or you can use some different techniques also, like if this is 30, that is 2, that is 12, assume this point's voltage to be V1, okay, or you can just assume the voltage to be, let's say for example, X. Assume the current flowing here will be I, the current flowing here will be I1, here it will be I minus I1, yes or no guys? Great. Now what to do next? Use Ohm's law. Ohm's law is V is equal to IR. Voltage drop is IR. Voltage drop is 30 minus X. It's 30 minus X. It's neither 30 nor X. It's 30 minus X. That's the voltage drop. Is I into R. So I into 10. Similarly, for this resistance, the voltage drop will be X minus 12. Drop, voltage difference is X minus 12 is current into resistance, which is 20 ohms. For this resistance, the voltage drop will be X minus 2 is equal to I minus I1 into, what is it, 30. See how many unknowns are there. X, I, I1. 3 unknowns, 3 equations. 3 equations, 3 unknowns. That's it. Solve simultaneously. You will get the value of I1. Will you be able to do it after this? See if you get it as 0.4 amperes. You should get it as 0.4 amperes. Understood, huh? Everyone? Yes? Pakka? You will be able to do this after that? Nothing great about this. It's just 3 equations, 3 unknowns. Nothing more, nothing less. Very good. Okay? So this is a beautiful technique of solving the question. Okay? It's like Kirchhoff's voltage law, but not exactly Kirchhoff's voltage law also at the same time. What is the maximum value of the current in the circuit? Okay, there is, I think, voltage source given, this is capacitance, and this is AC circuit. And in AC, the maximum current will be maximum voltage divided by the reactance, but this case, capacitive reactance. So we know what is capacitive reactance. It is nothing but 1 by omega C. So it will be V naught omega C. You know the value of V naught. It is 36. You know the value of omega, it is basically 120 pi. You know the value of capacitance, which is 150 microfarad. Substitute, you will get the answer. It is so simple. The answer comes out close to probably 2 amperes. That's the answer. Great. Rakshita, I will try to give you the PDF, bacha. See, I have tried my best to do something for maths, but I'm so sorry. I feel very bad saying this, okay, handling this channel, that, there is no maths teacher right now. But I don't know what else to do. But at least the least I can do is at least give you a PDF of the maths paper discussion. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, moving on to the next one. The temperature of a gas increases from 200 to 800. RMS speed of the gas is at 200 is V naught. RMS speed at 800 is how much? Okay, what is the RMS speed proportional to the temperature at, RMS speed is directly proportional to the root of temperature. Acha. So the new RMS speed upon the old RMS speed will be the new temperature by the old temperature's root. So the new temperature 800, old temperature 200, new speed I do not know, old speed was V naught. 800 by 200, 4, root of 4 is 2. So the new speed will be basically 2 times of V naught. That is the answer. Yep, 2 V naught, which is option D. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Very good. Moving on. Diffusion current is more than drift in forward bias? Yes, that is true. Diffusion current is from N side to P side, is it? Let's try to figure out. If you just roughly draw, this is N, this is P. N will have more electrons. So these electrons will jump like this. These electrons will jump like this. That is called as diffusion. So if negative charges go this way, the current will be this way. So this is the diffusion current. This is the diffusion current, and the drift current will be this way. The drift current will be this way, right? So the diffusion current is from P side to N side. This says N to P. This is wrong. So first statement is correct, the second statement is false. Yes, option A. Yep. No, peak value is not I by root 2. No, that is RMS, Rakesh Ji. You are getting confused. So if you know the peak voltage, you can find the peak current. So where did it go? Over here, right? See, if this is RMS, this is also RMS. If this is maximum, this is also maximum. If this is average, this is also average. So that's how it goes. I do not know what is the RMS current. Okay, I just know what is the maximum voltage. This is basically your V naught. This is sine omega t. This is how the voltage function is, right? So that's how you can compare and get it. All right, moving on to the next question. To fetch the paste, we press the toothpaste from the bottom end. Pressure gets uniformly distributed across all cross sections. I think this is a direct application of which law? Pascal's law. Pascal's law states that any changes in pressure are transmitted throughout the fluid which is enclosed in a container, and it gets transmitted not just to the fluid but also to the walls of the container. So when you press any part of the toothpaste, that pressure spreads everywhere inside that paste as well as the container or that tube which is there. So that is exactly the application of Pascal's law. Correcto. Answer is A. Oh, that's it. So these were the questions that I had for all of you in this speed solutions. The reason for conducting speed solutions was to save your time and reduce your anxiety, and it also gives you enough time during the day to study for all the other shifts. Okay, and also guys, when you watch this lecture, you will not see any other random nonsense, okay, which is happening probably like in other channels. Okay, so you can get the entire PDF on the Telegram channel. You will see the link for joining the Telegram channel is there in the description box below. And you guys need to do a favor for me, guys. Go ahead, smash that like button right away, right now. And if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you are subscribed on the channel. We will be conducting the next discussion on 8th of April. That's Saturday. Again, almost at the same time. Tomorrow, I have something special for you. Okay, don't worry. And many of you are asking for that. Yes, I know many of you are 2025 aspirants, many of you are VIT EEE aspirants, many of you are EMSAT aspirants, many of you are GA Advanced aspirants, many of you want to know whether I should take a drop or no. Everything I will answer. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, thank you so much for joining, tuning in. Have a great night, study well, sleep well if your exam was over. Enjoy this moment a little bit and get back to studies for BitSat, CUET, EMSAT and JEE Advanced, of course. Bye bye, tada, hasta la vista, take care. This is Captain Shreyas and I'm signing off.